Hi everyone, thanks for coming to this experiment today. I'm going to show you two images. On the left is a line of a certain length, and on the right, I want you to choose the line that matches the length of the line on the left.
I think it's A.
Yeah, it's A.
I think it's A too.
It looks like A to me.
Yeah, it's definitely A.
The correct answer is C. And whether or not you answered correctly, do you think our voices affected your answer? You just saw a modified version of the Asch conformity experiment. The original study encompassed two sections of experiments, the first of which involved placing a participant in a room by themselves and asking them to match the length of the line given to them to one of the answer choices displayed. In this case, over 99% of these isolated participants responded with the correct answer, C. In the second section, the same experiment was repeated. However, the test subject was now immersed in a room full of people. People precisely planted there to advocate for the incorrect answers and sow seeds of doubt within the test subjects. In this case, an average of 32% of test subjects conformed to a wrong answer.
I remember fall freshman year, there was a pressure to join a project team. And there was a pressure to go to Project Fest and talk to as many project teams, apply to as many project teams as possible. And I kind of felt like I had to find my place and find my footing in one, even if that didn't necessarily align with my interests and my passions.
And I think once you are just constantly with people who really enjoy what they're doing, but you haven't found that yet for yourself, it's just really taxing and just super exhausting, and you have like a lot of self-doubt. And I think had I been like better about like kind of confronting that social pressure, I would have left my first major much earlier than I actually did.
To be viewed in the job market as an exceptional candidate, and when you have other students that you see are doing things that make them seem as a more acceptable candidate than you are, I have the pressure to do those same activities, to be on the same playing field as they are.
This culture of rigor and working hard definitely permeates a lot of different things. And I think it can influence this pressure of, staying up late to finish a piece set, or applying to everything that you possibly can and joining all the clubs that you possibly can, getting all the leadership positions you possibly can.
I was taking 5 courses, and then also I was in 4 different student orgs at the same time, 2 of which I held leadership positions in. So I was just doing a lot.
Just in general, it's that image that pre-med students always have to be perfect. They always have the best grades and stuff like that.
At the end of the day, I literally was like, I definitely was hurting my body. I did not sleep well. I did not eat very well. I didn't exercise at all. I didn't talk to like any of my friends who weren't in my classes. And I just like was not having a good time.
I feel like at Cornell, there is a lot of academic pressure to do well, and like a lot of extracurricular pressure as well, just to go above and beyond and match what everyone else is doing.
Just in general, there's always like a pressure to fit in. I've definitely also had like peers who will try to pressure me to like, conform to a certain set of standards and like the way that you dress or the way that you act.
Pressure is mainly coming from a combination of expectations and what's considered conventional. In order to work your way up to a high-level job, high-paying job, you have to do A, B, C, D. You have to do all of these steps in this order. That's how we're grown up being raised, and that's what we're taught being raised.
There are many things that we think we should do, things that we should just check off or complete to move us to the next accomplishment or success. This is what we call a should list.
Some characteristics of a should list are that it might feel like you're going down this path that someone else has chosen for you, or that you're not really looking forward to the results.
But research is definitely one big thing, a semi-social / academic pressure. But again, I don't let that deter me, because again, like, you could be doing research, but maybe another person's doing a lot of extracurricular activities.
When I first got here, I had to prove that even though I'm not a transfer, even though I am a transfer, I'm not I'm not lesser than. So even though I was really uninterested in quality control, which is my last summer internship, I took it because I think it's the only offer that I got. Could have spent the summer doing, personal projects, research or something else that I was interested in, but internship holds a lot of industry weight. I took it even though I knew I wasn't going to enjoy it.
I think now in college, there is always the pressure to be perfect and to succeed in every aspect of your life, which is not possible at all.
A shouldn't list is similar. There are things that we are told we shouldn't do or that we think we shouldn't do based on our career objectives or what we think would help ourselves. For example, I've been told I shouldn't join a club just for fun because it won't help me get anywhere. But I did join a club just for fun, and it helped me far beyond the surface value of what fun tends to stand for, including developing strong friendships and connections, practicing organizing events, conflict resolution, and it brought me out of my comfort zone with interesting experiences, which I really value.
But what about a want list? What about the things that you're not obligated to do, but you're really excited and passionate about?
Dream career? Man, I'm at a crossroad. Definitely between a pediatrician or a color commentator / play-by-play narrator in terms of sports.
I've scheduled time to hang out with my friends, especially now that a lot of them have graduated or are in different places. And I make sure that when I am setting aside time to hang out with people, I actually enjoy being with those people, we're doing fun things together. Also make sure that I schedule time during the day to write or to do a Sudoku puzzle.
So should list and want list can feel very different for different people. I'm on Agua Clara Cornell, and it's this project team that I genuinely love. It brings me so much joy. And as I've gotten older, I've had a lot of pressure to join a research team instead to bulk up my resume, but I haven't found research that makes me as excited as Agua Clara, so that's why I've stayed on the team. And that's why the reason you're doing something is so important.
It's impossible to be always doing things that we like doing. PSATs sometimes get very stressful. Workouts get stressful. Stress is just a natural part of our lives. But it's really important to distinguish why something is on your should list. And if you realize that the should list exists because of social pressure or other voices, then it might be okay to just scrap them. But if you do realize that the should list exists because you really want to achieve something and is aligned with your passion and goals, then it might be worth it to view them as fun challenges and push through it.
You could argue that an academic pressure is one that I provide for myself, that I want an A or A+ in French. That's a good thing because it's something that I enjoy. It's almost like a leisure class in a good way. Not that it's an easy class. I'm not saying that. A lot of the things that I want to do or a lot of things I should do kind of just intersect. I should do homework today, but I want to do it tomorrow. And that's okay at the end because I'm still getting the homework done as long as it's before time.
Social pressure isn't all bad. I feel social pressure actually makes you find a lot of truth about yourself, because it's sort of here's society telling you things that have worked for people and things that haven't. And you sort of just gotta be real with yourself at one point.
I always have room to learn. I always have room to grow. If I fall short of something, not to be hard on myself, to be compassionate with myself, something that I'm going to take forward with me.
I think another really important thing is to be really honest with yourself. If you're in a major where you're finding that you're not loving the coursework and working hard doesn't really feel fulfilling. I think being aware of those pressures that, for instance, your parents can put on you is really important when you're trying to make a decision for yourself. I think it's a balance of acknowledging their input, but also having that conversation with them of, I know what I'm doing and I'm trying to make the best decision to make myself happy.
You're not always going to have 100% success rate. You're going to make mistakes, there is going to be failures, and that's totally normal. The people who seem to be the most successful are just making just as many mistakes as you are. They just cover them up a lot better. And there's nothing wrong with having failures in your life. If anything, it helps you grow as a person.
In life, but also especially in college, to always take a moment and ask yourself, what is my gut saying? Am I happy? Is this what I want to be doing?
It's just, you're gonna get so much further doing something you enjoy, even if that field isn't something that's like super popular or like super like experiencing a lot of growth or something, because you're gonna be able to find something to do with that passion of yours. Whereas if you're like in like the most profitable field right now from like the most prestigious school, but it's just not something you enjoy, you're probably gonna not be like cream of the crop for that field. And it's much better to like do something you enjoy, because then you're probably just naturally gonna get like better at it, because you're gonna enjoy spending like all your time there or something.
I think I have to say, just be yourself, love yourself in the healthiest way possible.